Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Daisy's Beauty. We're starting off today with my eyebrows already done, and in today's look we're just going to be doing a quick look, like a work friendly look. This morning I was getting ready to go to work and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and film a video for you guys. So I'm getting started with placing the Milk Hydro Grip Primer in my T-zone, and then I'm going to also use the Milani Prime Shield mattifying face primer on my face as well. I like double priming. I find that works best for me, and it actually really does help me. And now you see me placing a little bit more primer on my face, but overall priming is just a good thing to do before placing anything on your face. You always want to make sure that your skin is clean, you have sunscreen on, and you prime. Those are some of the most important things that you need to do with your skin prior to placing makeup on. Now I'm just spraying the NYX matte finish setting spray on my skin to just give my skin a little bit more further preparation prior to putting any other makeup products on my skin. On my lips, if you're wondering, is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. I absolutely love that product. Now what I'm doing is go ahead and putting my foundation on. I did mix the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation and a Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation together, and that's how I got the mixture that I'm applying to my face. Now I'm the Milani foundation, I'm in the color 11 Amber, and in the Maybelline foundation I'm in the color 340 Cappuccino. These two mixed together worked perfectly for me. My skin had a really nice finish, as you will see in just a moment. I'm blending this out with the Sonia Kashuk sponge. Prior to that, I used the e.l.f. sponge. Both of these sponges are extremely inexpensive. The e.l.f. was about $5, and I believe the Sonia Kashuk sponge is only about $7. But if you want to get two, I believe it comes in a 2-pack for $10 at Target, and that's not expensive at all for a sponge. And it's actually a very, very good sponge. It's soft. It applies your foundation or any product very nicely. It's just a great sponge overall. Now I'm using this to go ahead and blend out my foundation, and I'm blending that down a little bit towards my neck as well. I do like to do that. I didn't put a lot of foundation on my forehead. I find that when I do that, it kind of cakes up, and I don't really like the finish of it. So I'm trying not to put as much foundation on my forehead as I do anywhere else. And if I do, I'll just place some dots there, or I'll take the leftover foundation that I have somewhere else. Now, as you can see, I'm just placing a bit more dots on my forehead because I just feel like I needed a bit more coverage there, but it's definitely not a lot of product because I want to keep my forehead with as less product as possible so that it doesn't get caked up or anything like that when I begin to apply my powders. And you really don't need a lot of foundation on your forehead anyway, unless you have a lot of discoloration, because your bronzer is going to help blend all of that out. So the forehead is really not the area to kind of focus foundation on. Now I'm going ahead and I am applying my Fenty Beauty concealer in the color 330. I like this concealer. It is a very natural concealer, I must say. It's not one of those super beat, full beat type concealers in my opinion. It is very natural finish concealer, like all of her products. I have her foundation, her loose setting powder, her primer. I have a lot of products by Fenty Beauty, and it is a very natural line. It's a very fresh line, and when you want to look fresh but you still want to be cute, you want to be put together, and I really like this concealer for that. I really enjoy this concealer, and it's actually one of my favorite concealers. So I'm going ahead and I'm blending this out under my eye. As you can see, it's very natural. It wasn't anything too extreme. I was going to work, and it's just not anything too much. I'm adding a little bit more just for a little bit more coverage with this concealer, but I didn't, like I said, want to go too extreme just because I'm getting ready for work and I really don't want to pile the makeup on when I'm going to work. I just want to look as natural and as professional as possible. Now, like I said, I'm going ahead and I'm blending this out with the Sonia Kashuk sponge, taking it above on my eyelid as well, and I'm just going to keep blending. Now, while I'm blending that out, I did do my eyebrows with my BH Cosmetics HD Brow Pencil in the color Ebony, so that's what's on my eyebrows. Now I'm going ahead and I'm doing a little bit of what you want to call contour, I guess like a liquid contour, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Concealer Define Full Coverage Concealer in the shade C16. That's a couple of shades, 3 shades actually, darker than the foundation and the other concealer that I use with Makeup Revolution. But I really do enjoy Makeup Revolution products. They're very inexpensive and they get the job done. Very, very nice products. I should be doing a look with some products for Makeup Revolution soon, so be on the lookout for that. Now I'm going ahead and I'm blending that out with a just a contouring brush. This brush was only about $1. It is actually a Wet n Wild brush, and I got it from like the dollar store, I believe. It was only about $1 or $2. I find that the Wet n Wild brushes are very inexpensive and they're very nice. They blend out nicely. I have some of their eyeshadow brushes. I have this brush here, and I believe I also have a foundation brush from them, like a kabuki type foundation brush from them. And I'm going ahead and blending that contour out around my nose as well. I do like to take it a little bit into my eyebrow. I find that that's the most natural for me, considering that I don't take the contour all the way down my nose because I don't want that super snatched nose look when I'm getting ready to go to work. So I just do it a little bit at the top and I just kind of run it down, make sure it looks good, and I take it a little bit up into my eyebrows, and I do the button nose because I want the end of my nose to, you know, kind of stand out because I am going to place highlighter there. So now I'm just setting that Fenty Beauty concealer with the Pro Filter powder and the Airspun powder mixed together. In the Pro Filter powder, I use the shade Honey, and in the Airspun powder, I use Naturally Neutral, and I mix those together evenly, and I just set all the areas that I just basically highlighted with this mixture. I really do like these two powders together. In my opinion, the Fenty powder is not a powder that you bake with. It is a powder that you simply dust across the area once you want to set it. The Airspun powder, you can bake with it, but I don't. I just mix it and I set the area with it. Now I just basically blended out the contour under my lip. I do like contouring there a bit just to give me a bit more definition under there. Now to set my contour, I am using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in Dark Cafe. Absolutely love this powder. It gives such a smooth finish. It's so nice. This is my second or third time using it, but I know I'm gonna buy it in the shade before this for the rest of my face as well because it is such a smooth powder and I really, really enjoy it. So I'm just setting all my contoured areas with this powder, and I'm using a a Real Techniques brush. That's the brush I'm using. The Real Techniques powder brush. It's so soft, you guys. It's from one of their limited edition collections, and I believe it's the number 300, but it's so soft, so beautiful, applies powder so nicely. But that's the brush that I'm using, and like I said, I'm just going over those areas, making sure everything is nice and even, making sure nothing is just basically not blended, because when you do your makeup, you want to just make sure that everything is super duper blended. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start on my eyeshadow. I'm using the LA Girl Wonderlust palette. If you're familiar with this collection, I believe LA Girl came out with about 5 or 6 palettes, and they're about $5 to $7 a piece at Ulta, and I believe they sell them other places as well, but I got mine from Ulta. The shades don't have names, but I'm basically using a brown color. It's in the first row, and I also use the brown color in the second row. But it's a great palette. It's extremely pigmented and I really, really enjoy it. Now I am using 2 palettes in this look. I'm also going to be using the Lit palette from ColourPop, the Brentman Times ColourPop collection. I'm using his Lit palette. I also have the wet one. I'll use that in a different look, but I'm using the Lit palette now, and this palette does have names. In this palette, I'm using Macchiato and Period. So I'm using those 2 colors from that palette, and in the first palette, I'm just going to be using the two brown shades that are in there. Both of these palettes are semi-neutral palettes. Like I said, I don't want to do too much going to work. And I just wanted to get a nice transition color going, blend it out very nicely, make sure everything is even to the best of my abilities on both eyes, and just make sure that it looked really, really, really super nice. So now what I'm doing is basically blending my eyeshadow out, making sure it looks nice in the mirror, make sure it looks even, make sure I'm not having too many mistakes. Now, since I've gone ahead and blended all of those eyeshadows out, I'm going to take my lid colors, and I'm using She Got Money and Mercy, mixing them both together before I put them on my eye, and then I'm just kind of putting that on my lid. I didn't want to do a cut crease or anything because, like I said, remember you guys, I'm getting ready for work, so I don't want to do too much, but I am going to place this all She Got Money and Mercy out of the Lit palette from the Bretman and ColourPop collection all over my lid. So I'm gonna do that to both lids, and I'm just gonna make sure that that looks really nice, even, and blend it out, and not too much. I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to do too much, guys, because I do work in a office environment, like a really corporate. I work at the corporate establishment for the company that I work for. So I work in, you know, a pretty nice building, big building with heavy populated people, business casual or business dress every single day. So like I said, I didn't want to do too much, and plus my lip is gonna be pretty bold, so like I said, I wanted to keep the look nice and simple and not too much. So I'm just putting that on my other eye as well, that mixture. These two palettes performed really, really great, and they were both inexpensive. ColourPop is always giving us the deals, and so is LA Girl. These are two brands that if you're on a budget, I think that you should pay a visit. Go on ColourPop's website or go to your nearest Ulta, check it out, buy one product, see if you like it, and just go from there. LA Girl, same way, it's also in Ulta, and LA Girl is also in beauty supply stores. So if you don't have an Ulta near you and you have a beauty supply store, go check out your local beauty supply store, and it might have LA Girl and you can try it there. So what I'm doing now is spraying a bit more spray on my face. I'm using the ColourPop All-Star Face Setting Spray, and I just spritzed a bit of that to just set all the powders and the eyeshadows and things that I just put on my face, just so that can melt into my skin. I like spraying like setting sprays or finishing sprays all throughout my makeup looks, just to make sure I'm always looking fresh and make sure everything is always blended and has a nice finish. I really like that idea. For me, I started doing this a while ago during my makeup routine, but I really like the idea of implementing this because it really does help my routine and help me look flawless overall. So now what I'm getting ready to do is go ahead and set my brows. Now, this has been a game changer for me because I didn't used to set my brows. I'm setting my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Now this works, you guys. This works. I also have it in the color, I believe I have it in the brown color, dark brown. I have it in dark brown. But I didn't use that this day because I didn't want to add any colors to my brows. I simply wanted to set them. Now, I did also get this in the trial size because I always suggest getting things in the trial size if it comes before you purchase the big size, because what if you don't like it? Then you have this huge supply and it's just overall a waste of money. So I got it in the trial size and I really, really do like it. I suggest you guys get a brow gel. Even if you just want to do your brows and nothing else, I always suggest that you get a brow gel. So now what I'm doing is going ahead and just putting on some mascara. I didn't want to do falsies today because I wanted to look really natural, so I'm just using the Super Size Fibrous CoverGirl mascara in the shade black. Now this is a waterproof mascara, so it's not gonna run or anything like that, and I'm just using that super fine brush that it comes with to just lengthen out my lashes and make them super defined, but not too much, but make it just look really nice and make my eyelashes stand out. I really enjoy this mascara. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I got it on sale and I really do like it. So I'm just going ahead and doing some finished touches. I always do about 2 to 3 coats of mascara, no matter if I'm wearing falsies or not. Just because I like the way that looks. I like my eyelashes to look not clumpy, but just full. And I find that with any mascara, when I apply about 2 to 3 coats, that's the best for me. Now I'm just using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean to line my waterline, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop my highlighter into my inner corner to just give an inner corner highlight. And I'm using the Wet n Wild All Glown Up to go ahead and do that. Now if you're on a budget, this is a really nice highlighter. It applies beautifully. I really like it, and it's only about $5 and you get a lot. That's a good deal, so check that out. Now I'm going ahead and I'm taking those same eyeshadows that I put in my crease and blending it out on the bottom of my waterline, just to go ahead and just add some more definition to my face and just make sure everything's even. Now I'm going ahead and I'm adding some blush. I'm using the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali palette, and I'm using the color Coral and Pomegranate mixed together, as I always do, on my cheeks. This palette is absolutely beautiful. If you don't have the money to splurge and buy things separately, get this palette. It's a 6-color blush and highlight palette, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I promise you'll love it. Now I'm just taking that highlighter, the Wet n Wild All Glown Up, and I'm just adding that. As you can see, I really love my highlight. I'm adding that to my cheekbones, and I'm taking a little bit of the Blushing in Bali as well. I like to use all 3 colors, mixing them together, the Glisten, Sunkissed, and Ember, and I also add that as well, but not too much, just a little bit to kick it up a notch. I put it on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose a little bit, my cheekbones, my inner corner, and sometimes I even do the top of my lip when I'm going to be really cute. I think I also did the under my eyebrows a bit as well, because I really like when that connects to the upper cheekbone area. I think that has a nice gradient effect, and it looks really nice. So now that I have my highlight on, everything is looking nice. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face, make sure that's set, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a sponge again and just press everything in. Press that spray in, make it look nice. I'm using the Mario Badescu Rose Water to go ahead and do this. I love the effect that spray gives, particularly when I place on my highlighter, so that's why I went ahead and I used that spray. Now I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, pat it in a little bit with my e.l.f. sponge, and just make sure everything is all blended. It's looking seamless, it's looking very nice, and that's basically what I'm doing here. Checking, just making sure my contour is intact, and now I'm going to be lining my lips with the brown liner. You can use any brown liner. I'm using the Ruby Kisses liner in dark brown. I love this liner. I love any brown liner. I got this from a beauty supply store for about $1. They're inexpensive. If you need inexpensive liners, I always suggest you check your beauty supply store or your local dollar store. They have beautiful liners for $1. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a cute look with the liner. Now I am lining my lips and filling them in just a tad bit with this, because you guys, I am going to be wearing a red lipstick today, and I'm going to be using the Mega Lash Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in the color Missy and Fierce. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a blue tone red, and those are my favorite reds, blue tone reds. Blue tone reds basically have an undertone of blue, and I find that they look the best on me. I love red lipstick, period, but blue tone reds looks the absolute best. They make your teeth look whiter, and I just find that I just like these a lot better. This is a matte lipstick, and you guys, I have to say, I'm doing this voiceover after I've already worn this look, got off of work. This lipstick lasted all day long. I went to work at 6 a.m. I believe. I went to work, stayed at work until 4:30, ate lunch, drank water all day as I always do, ate snacks, dabbed my mouth a little bit to get crumbs off of it, and this lipstick did not budge. So if you're on the market for a long lasting lipstick, because they have an amazing color range as well, look into the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit, because when they mean Mega Last, they mean Mega Last. It lasted me all day long and I was super impressed. I think I'm gonna keep this in my purse when I'm wearing makeup and red lipstick, no matter if I wore it or not, because this lipstick lasts. I took it with me to work because I didn't know if it was gonna last or not, but it really did, you guys, so check them out. I'm going ahead and I'm just lining my lips a bit more, just blending everything in, adding a bit more liner just because I wanted more of a gradient effect as well. I didn't want it to be super bright because red lipsticks can go there sometimes, and especially blue tone red lipsticks, ones with blue undertone, they can take it there sometimes, and it could be a bit overpowering. So you guys, this is the finished look. I think it looks so good. And you guys, I'm just so excited. Don't forget to comment down below, like the video, share it with all your friends, and again, thank you for tuning into my channel. I love you guys and I hope you have a great day. Like I said, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below so we can chit chat, girl, and I have a new video coming soon, so don't forget to check that out as well. Bye guys.